I'm at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show and they've got a brand new Nordhavn N60 here. And we can't walk past this without a yacht tour, can we? So let's go and head on board. This is Fernando, who's just giving me a huge tour of this boat. Thank you, Fernando.
You're welcome.
Remind us your YouTube channel.
Yachting with Fernando.
There you go.
Thank
Excellent,
you.
No problem. I promised to get it in for him. Okay, we'll start right here at the back. We've got, as you can see, there's like a scuba diver ladder there. So fairly substantial ladder that flips over, but there is also a smaller ladder here. Obviously it's an emergency, you fell in the water, there's no way you're going to get to that, so that gives you another way on board. Bathing platform is here. There's also a little washdown station in here as well. A lot of details to these boats, as you probably know if you've seen these before. Shore power goes in here. There's actually shore power access in the bow as well. We'll have a look at that. And then you've got this very substantial door. You can see the hinges for it here, so this just slots into place. The other thing that you've got here is a stern berthing station there. So bow and stern thrusters, it's got hydraulic thrusters on it, and engine controls and autopilot controls. Everything is there. Cockpit area, obviously, seating around this table, and this one's got a little bar area over here as well. Now they're quite a neat layout on these, so it's always hard to work out the best way to go around. I think what we're going to do is head inside first, work our way up, and then come back down the deck route. So let's head into here. This is the saloon. Now they've taken this right out to the edge on the port side. There is a walkway through on the starboard side, and we'll see that in a little while. There's a highly adjustable table here, so that can be brought down and make that into like a sort of daybed area. What else have we got here? There's TV that retracts out of here. There's a load of storage about the place, of course. In places like this has got some of the AV equipment in here as well, as you can see, and a subwoofer. So I would suggest it's got the upgraded stereo system in this one. You see there's a little table here. The reason for this is there's normally a couple of armchairs that slot into here, and that's just somewhere then to put your drinks on. Nice little bar area on this one as well, so that's put into there. There's a wine cooler on this one, and then you've got these big windows. Teak interior on these, as most of them are, but you've also got things like these teak handrails that come across in places like this. I mean, it's a serious offshore boat, this, so you've got these dotted around the place as you go around. If we head forward a little bit further, galley area is here. Now this is typical of this style of boat, where it serves straight out into that saloon area. It's very sociable. These are generally owner operated, so it makes a lot of sense to have this sort of setup. Again, a ton of storage along in places like this. I won't open it all, but just to give you an idea, you've got areas like that. There is dishwasher just here. There's the cooking. Interestingly, this one's got gas hob on it. Of course, this is owner specification, whether you want gas or electric. It's got generators on the boat, so no problem to have electric. It just depends what you prefer. That one there is a trash compactor. Very important for this style of boat, where you might be out to sea for a significant amount of time. And then here you have cold storage. Here, 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 down underneath there. Up in here, again, it kind of points to the fact that this is designed to be a serious offshore machine. It's for some proper long distance cruising.
Alcoholic, can we get on video?
Yes, of course you can. Here you go.
Hey,
there we are.
Austin, James Leishman.
Excellent. You're in the video.
Okay, cool.
All right, no worries. All right, let's head forward a little bit further. Now that takes us up to the pilot house. We will have a look at that, and that one takes us down to the engine room. Both very interesting, and we will come to those. But we'll head forward first of all. Now, normally these have like a pantry at this area, but this owner has gone for another cabin, a third cabin here. So you've got a locker in here, like so, all cedar lined. And then if we press on forward again, this is the owner's cabin. Very nicely done. In behind here, this one just slides like so. So you've got storage there, you've got hanging there as well. You can obviously open that the other way.
Hey,
Hi.
Nick, yeah,
Yes.
Dan Street's here.
Hello, Dan.
I just wanted to say hello. Thank you so much for your fabulous videos. We love them. We are amazed by the view numbers that you get. So,
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome aboard, and really appreciate the support.
No problem at all. Thanks for letting us know. Dan, I should point out, it's fair to say, is the owner of Nordhavn?
I'm one of the 3 owners.
Excellent.
Yeah, there are
Excellent.
three owners of the company.
Brilliant. You were very much involved in setting it up there, weren't you?
Say that again?
You were very much involved in setting the company
Yeah,
up.
I'm one of the originals from 1974. So
Wow,
yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, years have flown by.
Absolutely. Well, it's always great to do another Nordhavn video.
Yeah, always welcome aboard. Thank you, Nick.
Perfect, no worries.
Okay.
Cheers. So we'll press on a bit further. You notice the TV in here is actually inset into the wall. And then you've got the pocket door sliding across here. That was nice, wasn't it? What a nice chap. Shower in here, of course, like so. These, incidentally, are storm shutters. If you look at this, you can see that solid stainless steel. And you said solid stainless steel then. But yeah, and you've also got, I know you can see it there, but there's also fly screens as well, so you can have the porthole open ventilation without the bugs coming in. A lot of detail in these. We've got the sink there. We've got the toilet there, we've got an enormous mirror there, and we've got a little wave just there. These are nice as well, these portholes all open, and in fact you've got hatches overhead as well for more ventilation. These all have blinds, as you'd expect to come across, so fly screen one way and night screen the other. Okay, press on a bit further, there's more storage in behind here. I won't open it all, but you get the idea, drawers and lockers and so forth. Okay, we've covered those two, so that one over there, this one over here. That's the door, of course, that comes across like so. And if we head forward again, this is quite clever because the day heads is here, but it can be an ensuite to this cabin. I'll show you how that works in just a moment. So again, toilet, sink, shower, etc. But what you can do with this is there are two doors. So at night, you can close this off, and that is ensuite to that cabin, but of course that makes that part of that cabin. If you've got cabin 3 in play, and therefore they want to be able to use that without coming into your cabin, then instead of closing that one, there is a pocket door that slides across. If it's not clipped back, here we go, like that. So that of course then gives you privacy that way. There we go, let's clip that back. And then if we head on again, loads of storage about the place. It's the sort of stuff that you need in a boat like this, I keep saying, but it is a proper offshore machine. Nice cabin this one. You've got the central double bed, hanging lockers over here. Again, all cedar lined. And then you've got big overhead hatches as well for ventilation, light, and so forth. The other thing you've got in here, this is well worth seeing, is this is access to the forward engineering area. So if we give that a turn and a lift, we'll have a quick look in here. Let's drop on down. These little red lights mean that you can have these on at night when the boat's underway and you don't lose your night vision if you're moving around the inside of the boat. Here we go, check this out. So this is the forward engineering area. Oh, and there's timers for these lights, and it literally went off, as you probably saw. Let's give that a twist. There we go. They just run for as long as you twist it for, so that's 30 minutes if you run it like that. In here, bow thruster is in here, for example. There's hydraulic thrusters, which is why you can see all the pipe work for areas like this. Also, you've got some of the systems for the plumbing are in here. What else have we got in here? These are manual pumps, so it's got electric grey water and black water pumps, but manual backups as well. So if you had a problem with the electric pumps, you can still operate them. That fella there is a water maker, very useful. You've also got manifolds for things like the water systems in here. The hot water tank is in here as well. It's all beautifully laid out, isn't it? And lit. I think those are the filters for the water maker, if I remember rightly. So that is that. Let's keep going. So much to see with these boats, so much detail. And I was on here earlier listening to some of the guests that were looking around it, and a guy came off and he said, that is the most solid boat I've ever been on in my life, and I can kind of see what he means. There we go. Good, that's that cabin. Hanging locker over there. Let's head on back. I think we've pretty much covered the main deck, and so our next route is going to be up, because again with these night lights, so at night you've got the ability to move around the boat and see what you're doing, but without losing your night vision. If we come right on up here, what we've got here then is the upper deck wheelhouse, and I'll just show you a couple of areas at the back. There's a cabin in here, So that just closes off like so. So that is like a captain's cabin really, tucked away in there, or an off-watch cabin perhaps. And you've also got then day heads up here, or of course this cabin would use this at night. And there is a shower in this one as well. And a little sink. But this is the business end. Check this out. Look at these seats for a start. Look at all these circuit breakers down here. So everything is very easy to see and to control. These all flick off the circuit breakers. We've got the 24 volt stuff. We've got the 120 volt stuff, all controlled from there. And you can see a similar deal over on the other side. Just down there, there's a nice seating area. Again, when you're underway, everyone can gather up here, have a chat, enjoy the ride. And then if we come through here, very much the little ship feel, isn't it, with this wheel? And then you've got instrumentation right the way across here. These are all routed through a PC. Engine control is here. Also autopilot control, radar control, all that kind of stuff. But if we go across the other side, we'll see another little control. That engine control is electronic for the main engine. This is cable controls for the wing engine, and it means that in the event of any problems, the wing engine, which I'll show you when we go in the engine room, is completely independent. Even if the electronics are not working, you can still actually control the engine from there. That's really good. And if we look up here, all kinds of stuff going on. Bilge pump controls, the electronic controls there for the solar panels and the generator and so forth, stereo, engine controls are across here, VHF radio. Sorry, those are the engine controls actually, just there's a John Deere one there and a second John Deere one over there, two separate engines and so forth. Very, very comprehensive, very, very serious. All right, let's back out of here because I'm going to take you up and out now, and then we'll work our way back down the decks and we'll finish off in the engine space. It's all fascinating stuff. So we'll come out of here. There's a few people in the back here, so we will be as quick as possible. And we'll just wander past here.
Yeah, fingers before.
Hello there. Hi.
Hi.
Just want to sneak up here if I may.
Yeah, go.
Thank you very much. So we're right up on the top of the ship here. This is the Flybridge. A couple of options on here that have been added. There's a little sink in here, and there is also a fridge tucked away there. Very useful. Then you've got a great seating area here. There's a hardtop on this one, like so. And if you come on around here, another helm position. So of course this is, when the weather's good, this is where you want to be, isn't it? And what a view. Look at that. We're so high up on this boat here. It's just fantastic. Again with your multifunction displays, again with your engine control, steering of course, autopilot, stabilizers on this one, hydraulic fin stabilizers, control for that lives underneath there, Fusion Hi-Fi, and the bow and stern thrusters again, and the autopilot. A lot of storage about the place up here as well, so little areas like this go right back underneath there. It's a very, very practical boat. And if we come back here, lovely little seat tucked away at the back, but also on top of here is solar panels, and I'm not going to go up there, but I'm going to hold the camera up, so hopefully you'll be able to see them. Hang on. There we go. Hopefully you're now looking at solar panels. I'm not going up to check. And then if we go up there, you can see the track vision, you can see the radars, you can see a camera up there as well. So all that kind of stuff, antenna, etc., all up there on the top. Excellent. All right, let's keep going. Still plenty to see. For a 60-foot boat, it is remarkable how much they get into these. Okay, there's lovely comfortable captain chairs here. And if we come back around here, we will find the boat deck with, as the name suggests, a boat on it. So this is where your tender lives. You've got a crane here to lift it on and off with, and a pretty substantial tender actually, as you can see. That one has got, I think, a 70 horsepower engine on it. Let's come and have a look. Yeah, there we go. That is a pretty decent boat, and it's brilliant because if you're using this kind of boat for exploring, then when you get to wherever you're going, you can launch this and go looking perhaps, close inshore or up rivers or all that kind of stuff, or just have some fun with it, water sports, etc. Another thing to show you is the fueling station, because this of course is outboard engined with a petrol engine, So you need to be able to fuel that. And so in here is an actual remote fueling station. So a petrol tank there and an electric pump and an actual nozzle like you'd have at a petrol station with enough hose on there so you don't have to fill it on the boat deck. You can launch the tender, and if you need to top it up, you can top it up from the water. It's all in the details, isn't it? Okay, now there are a couple of ways back down to the main deck. The cockpit where we came on is accessed down these steps here. You can see where these guys are, you can see the table there and the seat around the back. What I'm going to do though is take you the other way because I want to show you the layout of the decks. So we're going to go forward. Big substantial cleats about the place. That's the door that we came out of. These are all what they call Dutch doors, so they're split. You can have just the top section open and the bottom section closed if you want to, like that. The other thing you can do with these is they've got somewhere fly screens. There we go, they come across like that. So if there's bugs about, you can keep this open but still keep them out. Let's just release that and close that one again. I need to reconnect that, don't I? There we go. Perfect. See how solid it is? Just the noise that it makes. Fantastic. Okay, let's head on forward. A load more storage. You've got a Portuguese bridge across here. So this is all storage down in places like this for canopies or other bits and pieces. You've got the hatches that we saw from the lower deck dotted around the place. And if we come around here, you can see that this is open, but this actually swings across and infills here. We've got fresh water here for a washdown. Things like some of the waste water and so forth can be drained from here. And if you come right up on to the foredeck, a very substantial ultra anchor on this one. Look at this. It's the biggest ultra anchor I've seen. Just fantastic. Very, very nice. That is a substantial piece of engineering in its own right, that is. This is how she looks from here. And she does look, we always end up using the expression at some point on these with saying little ship, and yeah, that is exactly what this is, isn't it? Perfect. Let's trundle back. Oh, another thing to show you while we're up here. I mentioned the shore power plugging in at the aft end, but in fact you can plug it in here. So if you're moored bow to at any time, you've got shore power inlets here as well. Think of everything, don't they? Some decent non-slip on here as well. Okay, so we came down this side from the boat deck, around here. I take you down this side now. More storage again in places like this. These are really big lockers actually. That one there is another external control position, and that's so that when you're berthing, you can, if you wish, stand here and watch the boat in. So if you're coming to here, for example, you want to better watch this side as you came in. That's what that's for. There's another door on this side. This is back into the wheelhouse, again with a split door. And then that's the boat deck. You can just see the boat, the tender. We're going to come down here. Nordhavn N61 there. We've got a full walk around of one of those on the channel as well. This is a side door. This lifts up and then that will open, so that if you're alongside a dock, that's another way in and out. So deep when you're in the boat here, these are pretty much waist height. We're going to come right round the back. We're going to zip back in because the last thing to show you is the engine space. So back through here, the galley that we saw earlier, of course, that's through to the accommodation. That was the one that went up to the wheelhouse, but we're now going this way because this is the real meat of this boat. If we come right on down here, what we've got is a utility area. So there's a sink down here. Washing machine lives down here. Actually, one of those is a dryer and one of those is a washer, would be my best guess. There's even another little area. You could sleep another person here if you wanted to, just for the odd occasion. That's down there, and then a load of storage down in places like this. And then finally, the engine space. This is always the best till last with a Nordhavn. These areas are fantastic. What we're looking at here is a John Deere. It is 325 horsepower, and it's given the boat about 9.5 knots flat out, but you'd cruise it at about 8. And that's going to give you a range of around 3,000 miles. There's 4 tanks on this boat, plus the day tank, which is here, and there's a fuel polishing system so that you can clean the fuel as it moves between the tanks. That's why it has these transfer and polishing manifolds over here on this side. The other thing that we find down here, actually this is worth noting as well, the tanks obviously have gauges up at the helm position, but also there are sight gauges. You can make sure exactly how much fuel you've got, and what's great is that the sight gauges are there. If you manage to break one of these things, which is extraordinarily unlikely, then the diesel would come out, and that's why they put a shield on the outside of it to make it even harder to break. I mean, it is proper belt and braces stuff. This is interesting, engine lube oil manifold. This allows you to drain the oil from either of the engines or either of the generators, and so it just makes servicing much easier. Fire extinguishing system is there, and this one back here is a wing engine, 100 horsepower. It's kind of a get you home job, really. But everything on this is independent, so we noticed when we were up in the wheelhouse that it had its own separate controls, and there were cable controls, so electronics won't take it down. And it's completely self-contained. It's even got its own diesel feed, so if you've ever had a problem with the main engine, then that fella there will get you home. Generator lives in here. There's another generator, Northern Lights, in the back, and we'll wander down through to the lazarette and give you a little look in there. This, I think, is where you really see the engineering on these boats. Let's come right through here. There we go, generator there. These steps here take you up into the cockpit. So if you want to put, I don't know, dive bottles or anything else straight into here, you can do. You don't have to come all the way through the accommodation and then back through the engine space. Other things, all the battery switches are here, as you can see. We've got the Victron battery systems, inverters and so forth over on that side, 2 of those. Batteries you can see about the place, outlets with seacocks on for drainage and so forth. If we come over here, that one there, the blue one, is I believe a dive compressor, so you can recharge your dive bottles. You've got your air conditioning at the back there, steering systems back here, twin autopilot, so if one goes down you've got another one. It's all about backup, it's all about keeping the boat going. Brilliant. There we go, you can see the battery stacks across here as well. And essential boat show supplies. And that, my friends, is about that. Let's head on back out. These, of course, are doors that close off, so these can be independently sealed from each other. Let's come back past that generator there. Got some more people coming in, so we will head on out.
Probably 2.5.
But yeah, that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
So it takes, you know, maybe only takes 14, 15 months
There we go.
to build a 60, but there's typical shaft, prop, fuel supply.
All right, let's come back out of here. And I think what we'll do is we'll loop all the way around. Let's go right back up. There's a few people come on board now, so we'll come out of the way. It's fairly late in the day, as you can see the sun's coming down. There we go, let's go back out this side. More people on the boat deck. We'll finish up on the foredeck. And that, as they say, is about that. Massive thanks to Nordhavn for organising that tour, giving me a show around the boat first. These are always interesting, and this one in particular, I think Nordhavn 60 really is classic Nordhavn. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.